Hey, what's up, traders? Mike here. I want to thank you guys again for another great day in the chat room. It was a pretty kind of dead day in that we had the FOMC minutes released at 2. It's kind of dead before that, and let's go to 5-minute candles. You can see kind of a narrow range on the SPY daily, and it closed about where it opened. There's the 5-minute candles. We had the gap down, and it got a little crazy after the FOMC minutes and ended up closing about where it was when the FOMC minutes came out. So go figure. But a couple highlights in chat today. I got to give, let's see here. BWV was probably, I'm trying to think which one of you made the best call today. And I'm going to give it to Nicholas, who gave BWV over 5, right? Second mouse. So, it looked like this. But I also want to give props, like several people were pointing, hey, it's getting close to 5 again. So it's when someone puts an idea out, you guys are so good at someone else saying, hey, it's getting close, right? So I love the reminders. It breaks 5 and it was just off to the races. And for those of you that say you missed the 5s, I took a screenshot of this because I'm so proud of my pullback grab. This pullback, I called the 5s buy zone. I like to bid in front of the half. I was bidding 552. It went to 551 before reversing and going back up. So it's also, if you didn't catch the 5 break, or even if you did, instead of selling when it starts to come back down, you could have actually added on that clean pullback play. So I love that setup too. Let's close that. Kirk, I actually gave this one over the microphone when I don't know, maybe looked like this. I said I liked the float. I liked the short position. Retailers were strong. So I gave a second mouse to 625 idea with the earlier high being 627 and yesterday's high being 657. We had a stacked catalyst scenario, and it worked perfectly because it went up right below that, put in this little sideways move, which gives you the cup and handle, then lets you take the 625 break, and your stop goes below this handle, so it's nice and tight. And there it was, and went almost a buck from there. So there's a few highlights from today. What do you guys think we're going to watch tomorrow? Here we go. I'll show you. EAR certainly very strong. You can't see it on this chart, but the 200-day is 372. Something to do with the FDA. I think it's the FDA clearing over-the-counter hearing aids, I suppose. I think someone even said that you have to verify this. Someone in chat I thought said Best Buy is going to be carrying those, the EAR version, which I guess is what they do. Anyway, got a nice pop, but keep in mind it's been running for 2 days, so probably needs to come in a bit. APRN, certainly a strong stock, but had the gap up today, which I always say takes some mustard out of the trade, and ended up closing red. But that's as simple as, hey, it's a recent high flyer, let's have it on a chart, right? We work together good enough, someone will spot something if it sets up. BBIG is kind of similar to that. It's been running for a couple days, but it's pretty strong. And after hours, it's at 164 right now. Today's high was 168. It actually went over that in after hours. So it's holding up well enough that I think that deserves a chart too. MEGL is one of the weirdest, ugliest charts ever. But if you go back 4 sessions ago, it hit a low of 803. And from there, in these 2 days, ran to 22. So it doesn't look like much because everything's scrunched together because of this stupid move, right? But anyway, you slice it, it ran from 8 to 22, then put in a red day, and then today put in a much more narrow red day. So I still think it's valid to watch for a long setup in it, all right? Fubo is just like APRN, recent high flyer, big rip, quiet inside red day, looking for a 3rd day play. WEBR had that pop on. They were looking for low floaters with high short interest, or I should say high short interest stocks yesterday. So this one popped, gave a quiet inside day today. So looking for a 3rd day play there. That's WEBR. DVAX is just kind of getting that downside waterfall shape. So I'm going to put it on bounce watch. I'm certainly not in love with it. No, I don't play those very much anymore. VRDN, really, really strong 2 days there on good news. Now we've got a red day. You hear me say this a lot. Sometimes when something's really strong, one red day and then it's right back off to the races. So even though I like them to come down to the moving averages, as a day trader who's in cash every night, as are most of you in the chat room, we don't necessarily have to wait for that pullback to the moving averages if we get an A+ setup on a recent high flyer. Simple as that, right? LQDA, Nice 2-day move. Now 2 days lower on declining volume. Goes on bounce watch. BWV. Big rip today. Strong close. We're going to watch that one tomorrow. IONQ. Breakout yesterday. Today, quiet inside day. Looking for a 3rd-day play. My sleeper pick is this Grove, which had a nice GROV. Had a nice pop back here. Put in a lower high right here at, let me get the number right, 619 yesterday. And then today's high, 585. Maybe back through 6, we start knocking down these catalysts. But the chart's kind of interesting to me. PETZ, which, by the way, I've been saying the chart is interesting the last few days, ended up ripping today, and I never took a trade. I never found a trade in it. So a little bit aggravating, but what are you going to do? Anyway, now it's kind of above this whole last 2 or 3 months worth of trading and decent volume today. I don't think there was news, though, but I am going to keep my eyes on that. And a couple potential gappers. PSTV, which is an ugly daily chart. You had the gap up, sold off, and now you got a ton of bag holders. And after hours today, this went to almost $1.60, I think. As I'm talking right now, after hours session has 30 minutes to go, and it's trading at $1.18. So anyway, slice it. It's definitely going to be an interesting gap play to watch tomorrow. They had some contract with state of Texas, maybe? I don't know. Double check that. But anyway, had a really nice rip in after hours. And then APDN, also potential gapper, closed at 371. As I'm talking, it's trading at 415 in after hours. So not a huge gap, but it's a recent high flyer. I think it's a monkeypox play. So it goes on watch too. I'm done babbling. I'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.